What's up, everybody? GeauxBurns climbing back upon Mount Soapbox for another rant. Before we get started, I was going to rant about E3, but we did a lot of discussion regarding E3 over at the ACG International podcast with Carrick, Silver, Reg, and myself. And hopefully that podcast is up over at Carrick's channel, ACG, for you to check out. By the way, Carrick is one of the best reviewers of video games, AAA and indie, so be sure and check him out. He's awesome. Plus, his beard's not so bad either. Okay, so anyways, the way this usually goes is I give you guys the opportunity to give me rant suggestions. And if you have anything you want me to rant about that I haven't done so already, feel free and send it below in the comment section via Twitter, Facebook, or email, GeauxBurns@gmail.com. Obviously, as long as it has something to do with one of the games I play, like Grand Theft Auto, Mafia, Red Dead, the gaming industry in general, YouTube, you get the gist. Okay, so anyways, like I mentioned, I was going to rant about E3 today, but several of you wanted me to rant about something else. First off, Ushin over at YouTube, he asked me, mods and Grand Theft Auto 5 rant discussion. And like I said, I was already planning on an E3 2017 rant, but I've wadded it up, I scrapped it, I tossed it aside because it didn't really make sense to, beat a dead horse since we already talked about it in the international podcast over at ACG. Hopefully there was no gremlins and it actually got posted, and if it did, like I mentioned, it's up in the card section, unless I didn't mention it. Either way, probably up in the card section, hopefully. And of course, some other people were inquiring about it as well, including Young Knight and Jesse, both over at Twitter. They shut down OpenIV. Jesse, rant idea. Take-Two goes after single-player Grand Theft Auto 5 mods, trying to force us to play Grand Theft Auto Online and buy them shark cards. Who knows? All right, so let's dive into this, shall we? First off, we're going to go to PC Gamer. And apparently Rockstar has given a statement about Take-Two shutting down Grand Theft Auto Online's OpenIV modding tool. And this was one reason why I was going to wait, because I wanted to see a statement from Rockstar, but apparently they have given one. So OpenIV is no longer being distributed due to a cease and desist letter from Take-Two, the parent company of Rockstar Games. Take-Two has declined to comment further on this. The original story from PC Gamer, by the way, linked below in the description section. Yesterday, PC Gamer reported that the lead developer of OpenIV, a modding tool that has allowed Grand Theft Auto games to be modded for nearly a decade, has decided to shut down their mod after receiving a cease and desist from Take-Two Interactive, publisher of Grand Theft Auto series. While PC Gamer has not received a comment from Take-Two, Rockstar sent PC Gamer, the website, a statement on the matter, and here it is in full. Quote unquote, Take-Two actions were not specifically targeting single-player mods. Unfortunately, OpenIV enables recent malicious mods that allow harassment of players and interfere with the Grand Theft Auto Online experience for everybody. We are working to figure out how we can continue to support the creative community without negatively impacting our players. And let's talk about OpenIV's statement as well, because we want to, get everyone's, side to the story. This is over at OpenIV's official website. Take-Two versus modding. Grand Theft Auto modding had a long and glorious history. Since Grand Theft Auto 3, players had created lots of different mods, from simple texture replacements to impressive full conversions, and the modding, as always, was in the quote-unquote gray zone, a battlefield between lawyers and PR. For almost 10 years, OpenIV development, we tried to play nice as possible and even more. Bullet points, strictly following the civil code of Russia, only reverse engineering, and of course, only clean room reverse engineering, no distribution of original data and code, and absolutely no messing with online. So when PC finally got Grand Theft Auto 5 in spring 2015, the modding community rejoiced because, they wanted to be able to have mods in Grand Theft Auto 5 story. And for a time, Rockstar allowed it as long as the modding remained in story mode. Not in Grand Theft Auto Online, because that had a negative impact on the gaming experience. And, prior to Grand Theft Auto 5 and Grand Theft Auto Online coming to PC, last gen experienced, a lot of Black Hat modders. Now, Black Hat modders are modders that intentionally go into, say, an online game like Grand Theft Auto Online to cause havoc, to spawn vehicles everywhere, garbage trucks, in people's garages, for example, that happened, and modded money, which is definitely a huge problem in Grand Theft Auto Online on PC right now. And that's obviously something most of the gaming community in Grand Theft Auto Online do not want. We do not want the black hat modders, as we call them. The white hat modders, on the other hand, make awesome modded content for Grand Theft Auto 5 story. Really cool stuff like Star Wars themed, real life vehicles that you can spawn and drive around in Grand Theft Auto 5. Even some new maps. They even tried to make a version of Red Dead Redemption, but that got shut down. But this was specifically for Grand Theft Auto 5 story, not Grand Theft Auto 5 online. So two separate games technically. And the list goes on and on. They had zombie mods as well, different weapon types, different characters you could bring into a Grand Theft Auto 5 story on PC. So there's definitely, over the past 2 years, a ton of mods that have been added to Grand Theft Auto 5 PC for the modding community and Grand Theft Auto 5 single-player gamers to enjoy. But that all changed on June 5th, 2017, when OpenIV received an official cease and desist letter from Take-Two. It clearly says that with OpenIV, they quote-unquote allow third parties to defeat security features of its software and modify the software in violation of Take-Two's rights. Continuing, yes, the letter is illiterate both technically and grammatically. Really, they don't even bother to proofread their text. Yes, we can go to court, and we could, but they decided not to. Basically, OpenIV is not going to fight this because, it would take a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of money to go up against a huge publisher like Take-Two Interactive, the parent company of Rockstar. So OpenIV has decided, with their claims, that they're going to stop distributing OpenIV. And unfortunately, thousands upon thousands of gamers that play Grand Theft Auto 5 story on PC that love modding aren't going to be able to use OpenIV anymore. And it sucks for both the gamers that enjoy mods in Grand Theft Auto 5 story, and it sucks for the modders that enjoy making this content for people to put in Grand Theft Auto 5 story, whether it's new additions to maps, vehicles, like zombie themed, Star Wars themed, superhero themed, like the Flash, Hulk. The list goes on and on. Unfortunately, this is going to be a major blow to the modding community for Grand Theft Auto 5 story. Both the white hat modders as well as the gamers, who, as I mentioned, thoroughly enjoyed over the past 2 years being able to mod Grand Theft Auto 5 story to their heart's content. However, if you wish to try and help make a difference and possibly, do something to reverse this, I don't know if you can, but it never hurts to try, as the old saying goes. There is a change petition at change.org, also linked below in the description section for you to check out for OpenIV. Save OpenIV. For 10 years now, the Grand Theft Auto Online series has been edited and modded by people to make the game more enjoyable. Hundreds, if not thousands, of people have been brought one or all of the Grand Theft Auto games like San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto 4, and Grand Theft Auto 5 just to mod it. The modding of these games have been done mostly in single player with the help of OpenIV, the software that lets you get into the game's files and replace vehicles, scripts, textures, etc. The closing of OpenIV leaves tens of thousands of people without access, are able to mod their games, and leaves tens of thousands of people without the ability to continue their hobbies. All modding used by OpenIV is for single-player use only to make the game more enjoyable. The software OpenIV was never used to mod multiplayer in Grand Theft Auto Online, so it does not harm anyone. Myself and other members of the LSPDFR and Grand Theft Auto modding community ask that OpenIV be allowed to continue distributing and running as a modding software, and that the modding of Grand Theft Auto series, including San Andreas 4 and 5, deemed legal again by Rockstar Games. And it wasn't Rockstar's call, it was Take-Two's. And, Rockstar, I guess you could say in the statement, attempted to, defend Take-Two's actions. And a lot of people have come out saying, that OpenIV was not the culprit in these modders going into Grand Theft Auto Online, specifically on Grand Theft Auto Online PC, and causing these problems, like vehicles spawning all over the place, along with other props and objects, and the modded money, which is obviously a huge concern for a lot of the gamers out there trying to keep it clean, that, just try and play legitimately through grinding and, if necessary, getting a shark card. Unfortunately, in this day and age, with the recent update, it feels like that it's becoming more nickeled and dimed regarding the new updates. And, unfortunately, that leads to more people feeling the need to have to go get a shark card in order to purchase some of the new content that comes with these updates. And, as a result, you have, action equals reaction. You have a lot more modders out there deciding to go into Grand Theft Auto Online, fighting the power, fighting Take-Two and Rockstar by throwing, modded money out there for gamers to go and, buy these items without grinding or having to buy a shark card, because they've made, hundreds of millions of dollars off the shark cards already. But at the same time, two wrongs don't necessarily make a right. So once again, I got the petition linked below in the description section, along with this article from PC Gamer, if you want to go check it out for yourself. On one hand, I completely understand the need to try and keep online safe on all consoles, current gen PC, even last gen, even if last gen has unfortunately been abandoned to its fate. I do like the idea of gamers that play Grand Theft Auto Online to be able to actually play the game without any problems or issues from Black Hat modders. But on the other end of the spectrum, I have no problem with White Hat modders and gamers that love modding the game, the story mode aspect of Grand Theft Auto 5, being able to, go into Grand Theft Auto 5 story and add new maps, new textures, new graphics, new looks for Grand Theft Auto 5 story, along with vehicles, weapons, zombie, Star Wars themed, etc., superhero themed as well, and do whatever they want with Grand Theft Auto 5 story. And it's very unfortunate that Take-Two has, gone in this direction with sending a cease and desist with OpenIV. And hopefully the issue will be resolved and people will be able to get back to modding on Grand Theft Auto 5 soon. Or maybe there's an alternative out there which allows gamers to still mod on Grand Theft Auto 5 story. I don't know, to be honest, because I don't have a PC. But at the same time, it does feel like the White Hat modders, OpenIV, and the gaming community that enjoys modding in Grand Theft Auto 5 story are the victims to Take-Two's recent actions.